One of the things he talked about was some of the policy decisions he might make if he gets elected. Let's listen to something he said about cutting the Department of Education.
You mentioned the kids. So we're going to cut the Department of Education, let it be run locally. We have this
You mean
mess.
end the Department of Education?
End
Federal
it,
Department
end
of
it, other
Education?
than to have a little tiny coordination. That's going to happen immediately.
Okay, so Kat, he says that will happen immediately, cutting the Department of Education. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's a view that I've had for a while, right? And it was always kind of seen as a radical view. But I don't know after what happened during COVID how that could be seen as radical anymore, right? Because during COVID, the Democrats' policy for years, what they were calling for was school is not allowed, right? That was the Zoom school was not real school. And we're seeing that in the hard data now of how far, sadly, very sadly, kids are behind, but you're a horrible person and a murderer if you ever express any concerns about that. That was what was truly radical. So I feel like there's no way you can look at what happened during COVID and think that that's ridiculous of an idea. All it is that the people in these communities and the parents know what's better for the kids that they actually know than some random bureaucrats in D.C. who have all these different special interests influencing their decisions. To me, that's not radical. To me, that's logic that makes sense.
Yeah, so put the decision-making back into local hands.
Yes.
One of the other things the president talked about during this interview was having a transparent presidency, and to do that, he said he might declassify some very interesting documents. Let's listen to this.
Some people think that one way to build trust is to declassify things that everyone's talking about. I know you talked earlier about it. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. So if you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these.
Yeah.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
Guy, declassify Jeffrey Epstein files? What do you think? And the rest of that list.
That last one is extra interesting.
Yeah, it is extra interesting,
I would
right?
like to see that. I think a lot of Americans would like to see that. Sounds like a campaign promise there from the former president, possible future president. He also, let's be honest, says a lot of things. And then if he wins an election, maybe some of the promises get massaged, because that's what political figures do. It's not just unique to Donald Trump.
Right.
But those are intriguing questions, I think, and interesting answers.
Yeah. Joe, everybody wants to learn about the conspiracies behind the scenes and what's really behind them, right?
Especially JFK.
Yeah.
There isn't one adult that's alive now that needs to be protected when John F. Kennedy was shot in November 1963. So that, at the minimum, should be let out completely.
Maybe
there's no reason to protect anybody.
Maybe they'll
anymore 'cause they're
indict
not alive.
Donald Trump for that. Right, where was Donald Trump in 1963?
The grassy knoll. Come on.
I'm just asking questions.
What about the moon landing? I didn't hear that one in there, but, a lot of people want to know about that, too.
I don't. It happened.
I agree.
It's over.
It's real.
All right.
I think so, too. For the record, I also believe we landed on the moon.
I do, too.
All right.
I'm just asking.
4 for 4.
All right. All right, guys. Good discussion.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.